Hello, teachers. I am the author of Weavy Bible Readers. The series consists of 48 volumes with the important Bible characters and the important Bible events like the parables of Jesus. There are big books and there are little children's books. Weavy Bible Readers are being used at home, homeschools, churches,
Okay, so repeat after me.
and even in the field in the mission place. So with this big book, even without a workbook, you can use it anytime when you deliver the message of God. The good things about the big book is you can use it anytime, anywhere. In the street, at church, in the classroom, or wherever you are there. But the good things about the big book is you can talk about the Bible stories. So now let me read the story first. The first story I'd like to read is Adam and Eve. And you know what? Before you read the story aloud to your children, your cover talk is really important. So before reading, you need to motivate them to listen to the story. They need to wonder what this will be about. Before you read, your before reading talk will be very important. There are 4 important things you need to ask. The first one is, who do you see in the story? The second one is, where is the story taking place? Where? The third question will be, what are they doing? Who, where, and what? So those questions will be very important. So they will wonder what it will be like. Adam and Eve. Do you see the picture? Who do you see? That's right. I see a boy and a girl and a lot of animals. What animals are here? That's right. A lion is here, an elephant is here, and the rabbit, and the squatter, and koala, and giraffe, and the bear. Wow, really a lot, right? And where are they? That's right. They are in a garden, a beautiful garden. And now, what are they doing? I think they are enjoying the garden together, right? And the boy and the girl, they are riding on the animals, right? And now, look at their eyes. They are looking at something. What are they looking? Oh, they are looking at the tree, right? And let's see what really is happening here. Let me read the story. Then you begin to read. Adam and Eve. God made a garden for Adam and Eve. It was a beautiful and plentiful garden. Then God said, God took them to the field full of fruits. Then God said, enjoy the fruits. All the fruits juicy and yummy. But do not eat from the tree in the middle of the garden. Wow, there's a tree there. And they are enjoying the fruit. And while they are eating, they still looking at the tree that God said no. Let me move on. Wow, that's the picture that we've seen on the cover, right? God took Adam and Eve to the jungle. It was a jungle full of animals. Then God said, name the animals, all the animals funny and friendly. But do not eat from the tree in the middle of the garden. But look at the boy and the girl. Even with these all fun things, they are still looking at the tree that God said no. I don't know why, but they do. Now, God took Adam and Eve to the pond. It was a pond full of fish. All the fish spotty and stripy. See? Stripy and spotty fish. God said, have fun with the fish. All the fish spotty and stripy, but do not eat from the tree in the middle of the garden. But look at them. Even with all these fun things, they are still looking at the tree. I don't know why, but they might wonder why God said no. Let me move on. Wow! Look at the hill. Look at the night. It's a beautiful night. Wow, there are fireflies and beautiful stars and the moon, and the tree even looked more shiny. God took Adam and Eve to the hill. It was a hill full of bugs. Then God said, enjoy the bugs, all the bugs, wiggly and buzzy. But do not eat from the tree in the middle of the garden. Uh-oh. And you know what? However, Adam and Eve ate the fruit and hid themselves. Wow, look at them. God called them and said, where are you? Why are you hiding from me? What have you done? That's the message of Adam and Eve. This is the story. So you can read, you can give them messages, you can tell the stories. So the big book will be anytime, any place contents that you can use it anywhere, right? So there's a book, big book. And if you want to do some more activities after the reading, there are some things that you can do with your children together. The first one is words. There are some keywords, 8 keywords here. Those keywords appear in the story with red marks, right? These are the keywords. So you could make a card, maybe, word card, and read the words with your children together. And you can cut it out. You can divide them into syllables when you read. Beautiful, plentiful, animal, spotty, stripy, wiggly, buzzy, themselves. So you can practice words together with your kids. And the next page is the sentence page of the sentences. So you can help your children build the sentences and manipulate the sentences. The tree in the middle of the garden. So children might change the sentences together. The slide in the middle of the park. The pond in the middle of the backyard. The ball in the middle of the carpet. Here, Adam and Eve ate the fruit and hid themselves. The wolves ate the cookies and hid themselves. The ladies ate the soup and hid themselves. Or Peter and John ate the noodles and hid themselves. So they can change the sentence. And there's another page. This is the page of questions. So quiz time. With the quiz time, you can rate some questions. The very basic questions are here. And maybe you can add more questions to your kids. Who's in the story? Where does the story taking place? And what happened? And what did you learn? So very basic questions are here. So you can use it for your quiz time after reading. And there's a beautiful page too. This is the thinking chart. Very important questions. This page shows very important things about the story. So the question will be like this. What are the things that God allowed us? And here's the section. What are the things that God did not allow us? Then now, what will I do? If available, you can make a big chart and let them write their own thinking with their own words here. So a lot of kids can join the box and then they can write it. And they can write their own thoughts. So this will be a wonderful chart that your children can do together. And here is the chant. If you place the QR code reader here, you can hear the chant. So there's a chant. So I'm going to put my phone here on the QR code. If you press QR code, there are two things. Oh, can you see? Yes, there are two things. One is for reading and another page, there are chant.
Adam, where are you?
Adam, where are you?
Why are you hiding? Hiding from me.
Why are you hiding from me?
Adam.
So there's a chant. So this is what you can do with the big book. So a lot of work to do with the big book. And if you want to use it in your classroom with the workbook, there are a lot of great things to do together. You know what? Maybe your children will be in elementary period, and they are the period to develop their reading fluency. For the first day, you read the story aloud. That's the first thing you do for the first day. But from second day, you still read the stories and you ask them to join your reading. So what you will do is, for the second day, you can tell them to practice the read keywords first. And what you say is, now I'm going to read the story again. But for today, for the words with the red marks, you read. Okay, are you ready? Then you start read. God made a garden for Adam and Eve. It was that's right, beautiful and plentiful. Good, plentiful garden. In that way, you read the stories and you ask your children to read the words with red marks. That's what you will do on the second day. What about the third day? You may underline more phrases like funny, juicy, and yummy. So you could say, I'm gonna read the story, but when I stop, you read. Are you ready? So with each reading, increase the parts that your children will read. And if they read 5 to 6 times, on the 7th reading, you can tell them hold their own book and you can say that let's read it all together. I think you will be very good. So read the stories from the beginning to the end. Read the whole stories every day. Read it aloud all together. And on the final day, you might ask some of the kids to come out and read the whole story to their friends. There is a reader's theater. That means children do not memorize the story, but they read to the theater on the stage. The script is exactly same with the text in the story, but there's a role. So children read their own parts. So you can tell them to do the part and hold the book in front of the stage and then let them read on the stage. It's called reader's theater. That means children do not memorize, but they read on the stage. With all that repeated oral reading, and their reading fluency will help them develop their reading fluency. Now, I'm going to explain what's in the workbook and how you can use it. There's a story inside. The story goes like that. Like that. 5 pages. That's the story page. And right after that, there are workbook pages, 8 pages. So every day, you can deal with 2 pages. 3 and 4 is day 2, day 3, and day 4. In every day, the first page is thinking page, not language page. It's all about thinking page. And what you do on thinking page is you will do 4 things. First day, you help them to think about the characters and setting. Who's in the story? Where is it taking place? And the second page is the page of reviewing. Children tell what happened in the story. It's about story details. And for the third day, it's the day of critical thinking. So you might ask very important, good questions. Why did it happen? And why was God sad? Why Adam ate the fruit? You can ask some good questions, but good questions are already here. So critical thinking. Cause, what is the cause? What was the problem? And how was the problem being solved? That's what you can do with your children, and the workbook will guide you what to do. And on the last day, let your children think about what they learned and how they can apply the story into their real lives. So your children have a chance to think about their real lives and how they could apply the stories with the real issues that they are experiencing. Let me move back to the language pages for each day. First day, children will combine the letters together to make a word. So stripy, spotty, wiggly, buzzy will be the answer. Okay? And for the second day is the day of vocabulary. Children will find the word and do the crossword puzzle. The key vocabulary will be here. And for the third day is the day of sentences. So children will write the key sentences here. And for the fourth day is the day of spelling. They will check the spelling and circle the correct answer. That's what they do. And there's a reader's theater on the final day. So with the 48 stories, I hope your children listen to the Bible stories by heart. And if possible, your children have their own book and practice reading, solve the problems, and different kinds of language activities. With all these, finally they will grow as a ready man who is all ready to do God's will. I hope you enjoy Weavy Bible Readers. If you need a manual or teaching chart, please visit our website. It's www.joanneenglish.org/Weavy. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.